3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerd is the New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, with my co-host.
This is Eli.
Yep, and we're back with another episode. And Eli, it was a pretty busy weekend for everybody. Yeah, this weekend, this weekend had not only 420, it's a holiday for some, like for those that like to partake into the devil's lettuce. Thing. And then the day after was Easter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then on top of that, not only that, I think it was like the second anniversary or first anniversary of Prince passing.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Like it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. Or
it was like a couple of years now. Yeah.
Been a couple of years now. Going. So so it was a busy weekend. And like I said,
there's all kinds of I'm in Minneapolis, the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, and they were doing all kinds of tributes and shit like that going on all weekend and shit. So.
Which is cool. I think it got dried out because so much other stuff was going on. Like I said, 420, 421, you got edibles and Easter. That's how it is. Hey, don't feel bad to celebrate. Hey, if you know what the Bible says, if you don't sin, Jesus died for nothing. So might as well do something. I'm pretty sure it's in the Bible somewhere, probably in the back somewhere, whatever. So
there's all kinds of gnarly shit in the Bible.
Exactly.
That Bible's fucked up, man. There's some fucked up shit in that.
Like if you really read it too, like that happened. Okay, they kind of leave a lot of that stuff out, but yeah.
Little girls chopping off heads and shit. And
the Bible is metal.
Yeah. Bible's ill shit.
So let me ask you this: so what did you end up doing this weekend, Eli? Did you do anything special? Or?
I had we cooked out yesterday. That was about it. I was friends over. We fired up the grill, burgers and weenies and shit. That was about it.
Cool. It was.
I don't smoke. I've been drug free for a long time. I don't smoke anymore. So
exactly. Congratulations. We just say no at the Comic Book Bullies.
Yeah. I used to not. I used to say,
You used to say yeah.
Yeah. What you got? I back in the day, yeah. but it's been a long time since those days. But yeah, and I can't even keep track. I couldn't even keep track of. I couldn't even be a pothead nowadays, with the way the shit is, with shit being legal and all the different strains and the different hybrids and all the edibles and the oils.
Edibles are some new shit. I didn't know that.
Man.
I went to a party one time. I thought people just smoke weed and that's it. But then these girls were there and they were like, anybody got edibles? I'm like, what the fuck is an edible?
Yeah. So it's like, you got sativa, you got, indica and all this. Like, I don't know, man. When I got a bag of weed, if it got you high, it was good. That's all.
It's not enough now. That's
yeah.
That's old. That's for old
scientists now. They're all weed nerds now.
Right, weed scientists. Like, what the fuck? But what I did yesterday, like, I didn't partake in 420. That's not my thing. But hey, if you did, more power to you. I hope you had fun with that. Eli, I did go to church on Sunday.
Oh, did you?
I hadn't been to church in a while, but I'm like, it's Sunday. I don't have anything to do. Might as well just go to church. So I went to church. Now, like I said, I'm in Mississippi. So normally I go to these like really backwood boondock churches that, on Easter, you're there for like 4 or 5 hours. You're there. It's whole day you playing around that. I didn't do that. I went to one of the churches in the city. I went to a French church. Okay. We were out by afternoon, by 12. I'm like, this is weird. I expect my whole day to be shot, So now I got time to do other stuff. And I slept the whole day. So I'm like, fuck it. But here's the funny thing about it. Even though it was a cool time, that's not my best time I had at church.
Yeah.
The most awesome time I ever had at church was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Now, for those who've never been to Louisiana, Louisiana is like a whole different planet. You got to go there one time, but don't stay there. Just go there and leave. So the thing was, like I said, Saturday night I was down in Louisiana having we was on the college campus. We were just having fun, partying with some girls and stuff like that. So we go to church the next day. The same girls we were partying with, all of them were at church. It was weird. It was like, okay, these girls do need Jesus, so I'm glad they're here.
Different outfits.
They were different outfits. Yeah, they were actually in church outfits this time. I was like, God know what you did last night, but okay. So then the weird thing, and I'm not even making this shit up, the preacher says, oh, and we have in the audience gospel recording national artist Mary Mary. I'm like, Mary Mary's in the audience? You're like, So would you guys like to sing a song or two and come up with like yeah, okay, we'll sing a song or whatever like that. So keep in mind this is Mary Mary. They have like number one hits in the country and shit like that, especially around that time. So they got them start singing. It turned to a fucking concert.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, you had people like dancing in the aisles. You had to
Mhm.
do pop locking. You know, the girls that were in church all of a sudden were doing the same dance they did the night before we saw them. Like this shit reminded me of Saturday night. Like Baton Rouge church is awesome. You know, so yeah, I thought that was my favorite time at church. This wasn't that. This was just you go in by mid afternoon, you're out, and I got a burger, and that was it. So yeah, so my Easter weekend wasn't too awesome. It was just another day.
No ham. You didn't get to have an Easter dinner or nothing.
Nothing. I didn't get to go to Easter. Oh, another weird thing that I heard about this people are doing now. Okay, Eli, did you go Easter egg hunting?
No.
Okay, I know you're looking at me crazy because I said that question to you. Like I'm grown. I don't do Easter egg anymore.
Well, I
I'm
got
too old
kids
for
and
that
I
shit.
still didn't do it.
Okay, but here's the thing. They have a thing now called adult Easter egg hunting.
Oh jeez.
Okay. So
What am I
it's
sorry? I read comics. Okay, so what did these motherfuckers do?
right. So adult Easter eggs, I guess, is like you find alcohol and condoms and I don't know some other weird shit that may be in there, and you go hunting and looking for them.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're in Easter eggs, but you open Easter eggs and it's like a shot glass or something like that, or of whatever. So that's the thing people are doing now. It's all kind of
Right on.
weird shit we don't know because we read comic books all the time. So I'm like, okay, you guys have fun with that shit. I'm not doing that. So yeah, that's all I got for that. That was my weekend. Eli, I know we wanted to start off. We normally start off with celebrity passing, so I'll let you take this away because I'm completely lost on this one.
Okay. Yes. Sad news for the comic world. Um, legendary Japanese manga writer Kazuyo Koike passed away. He was 82 years old. He created the classic manga Lone Wolf and Cub, along with Lady Snowblood, Hanzo the Razor, Crying Freeman. The Lone Wolf and Cub comics were huge influences on comic artists, filmmakers. Frank Miller was a huge fan of the Lone Wolf. And actually, Dark Horse got the license to reprint them in America, and Frank Miller did all the covers.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So and did like introductions and shit. So Frank Miller was a huge fan, and actually modeled a lot of his work after Lone Wolf and Cub. His Daredevil run, The Hand, Elektra, they were all inspired by Lone Wolf and
Wolverine,
Cub.
because he had a Wolverine
Oh
comic
yeah,
with
yes,
the
that
hand.
Wolverine run where they went to all that shit. That
Yeah,
Wolverine
but most
going to
people don't
Japan.
understand that book actually made Wolverine who he was.
Yeah, all that him going to Japan and fighting ninjas and shit. That's
Yeah.
all Frank Miller. All him taking that from Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah.
Ronin. He did that book Ronin.
Right. With like a cybernetic ninja in the future or some shit. I never actually read it, but I'm familiar with it.
Miho from Sin City. So Frank Miller was a huge fan. Quentin Tarantino was also another huge fan. Kill Bill, the total homage to Lady Snowblood, which was another one of his comics.
Okay.
But Lone Wolf and Cub was huge in Japan. It spawned movies, TV series, video games. Kazuya Koike wrote it while the art was done by Kozeki Kojima. And these guys were basically like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in Japan. So, this was a huge series. It went on for many years. It's like 30 volumes it's like thousands of pages long. But basically, it's Lone Wolf and Cub. It follows this samurai executioner named Ito Ogami, who is out for revenge against this rival ninja clan who killed his wife and framed him. And he takes his little boy, his little son, about 4 years old, son named Daigoro, and they basically wander feudal Japan, cutting down ninjas. Basically, that's what it is. And he puts his little son in a stroller, this baby cart, that it's decked out with weapons. There's swords hidden in the handles, like blades pop out of the wheels and shit. It's fucking cool. But the story just follows Ito Ogami. He leaves his samurai life behind and he becomes an assassin. And all the while he's fighting the Yagyu clan, the Lord Retsudo, who were the ones who framed him and killed his wife. It was huge in Japan. And the film series is great. You know, I highly recommend it if you haven't seen the Lone Wolf and Cub film series.
Whether
In
live action
America,
or
it's live action
oh
back in the
wow.
70s, and it was redone in America and released as Shogun Assassin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was again highly influential. John Carpenter, you know, in Big Trouble in Little China, you know, those Three Storms guys with the, you know, the guys who did the lightning and the, you know, um, they were inspired by these characters, the Master of Death from those movies. Wu Tang Clan took a bunch of samples from that movie, particularly the GZA's Liquid Swords album.
Okay.
So
Influence
it's
on
just
hip hop also.
yeah, yeah. So it's just had a huge influence on, you know, westerns, martial arts movies, comics, action, John Woo, just pop culture in general. Lone Wolf and Cub has inspired like so many, basically what we're into, all the shit, you know, all the stories like yeah, Ninja Turtles, all that shit. It all goes back to Lone Wolf and Cub. So yeah, rest in peace, Kazuya Koike. So yeah,
Okay. Big influence. So yeah, that's something.
yeah. In fact, I'm in a death metal band. Our
Okay.
name, I took the name Daigoro, which is a reference to Ito Ogami's son from the. So that's how much I'm into this shit. Like my band is named after a
Okay.
reference from the comics and the movies and shit. Because yeah, I was gonna name my cat Daigoro, but she was female, so I was just like, you know, when we ended up finally forming this band, we were kicking around all these names of what we're gonna call this band.
Hmm.
I was like, well, you know, I never used Daigoro, and it kind of sounds cool, and it's from, you know, I by that time I'd showed all the other guys the movies, and they were all into them, and like, yeah. I mean, so we just said, well, fuck it, we'll call ourselves Daigoro. So that's what we're called, Daigoro.
Okay.
New album
It
out
sounds
soon.
familiar. I've never heard of Daigo Road before, but there's this Street Fighter tournament champion guy that's like the best Street Fighter player of all time, calls himself Daigo. Nobody can beat
Okay,
him. So
okay. Well, I think Dai is something like great or big. You
okay.
know, that term Dai or whatever.
Hmm.
It means something big. And from what I understand in the comics, what I got out of it, that the name Daigoro means like a great son or someone who's going to become great or a son who's going to become great or something like that. You know, um,
Ooh.
so yeah, roughly translated. But yeah, yeah. Rest in peace, Kazuye Kuike. You know,
Cool. Okay. All right. So, like I said, we're actually gonna get into the podcast. We're gonna jump. Oh, wait. One more thing we gotta talk about. Fuck it. We'll talk about it afterwards. We'll
yeah.
talk about we'll talk about the box office numbers. We're gonna jump in that. And Eli, give it to me. What is the number one movie of the week?
That Curse of La Lolita or whatever, that horror movie.
Yeah, something the la la whatever. Uh, we didn't see it. I'm pretty sure everybody else saw it. You know.
Yeah,
Isn't like a lot of Hispanic actors in this movie or something like that, and
yeah.
adaptation from
I
Spanish
hear
lore or
it's like,
something? Or?
yeah, I hear it's getting some heat too. Like in some of those indigenous communities are like kind of taking offense of how some of these uh, spiritual healers were portrayed in the movie. That's just something I heard. I haven't seen the movie,
Right.
but I guess it's getting controversial about that. You know.
Well, controversy sales, so it's
Yeah,
number
there you
one.
go. You know. Well,
Number two, we have Shazam still hanging in there.
okay.
Number three, Breakthrough, whatever the fuck that is. Uh, Captain Marvel is at number four. Oh, and it also passed Dark Knight Rises.
Has it hit a billion? It hit a billion, right?
Oh, it's been hit a billion. Oh yeah,
Okay, yeah.
still hadn't passed Aquaman. So
Okay.
that's the funny thing about it. People are like, oh, it passed the Dark Knight Rises, hadn't passed Aquaman, so it doesn't matter. Number five, we have Little still hanging in there. We have number six, Dumbo. We have number seven, Pet Cemetery. We have number eight, Us. And we have number
Wow.
nine, Missing Link. So yeah, we got some movies hanging in there. Like I said, this is the calm before the storm. Everybody's trying to get as much money as they can before it hits. Now you know what? Since this is a comic book podcast, let's take a look at which one of these movies. Not Captain Marvel, Shazam. I can't. They're the same thing to me. I can't. I don't know which one is which. When I get Captain Marvel, I'm thinking to see Shazam and whatever. Okay, let's go to Shazam and see what it's at. So Shazam right now is at, like I said, Captain Marvel's at a billion right now. Shazam is sitting at 320 million, and modest. But I'm pretty sure. I think they've already made their money back.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so because they didn't put a whole lot of money into this. I mean, it wasn't like Aquaman where just like the entire third act was just CGI stuff like that. They didn't put as much money into this as they did the other movies. So modest Zachary Levi, ain't pulling in Robert Downey Jr. Paychecks. So they just spend the money and just make the money back, and that's it. And honestly, just save the money for The Rock next year.
Pretty much, yeah. He's gonna be most of the budget.
Yeah, he's gonna be most of the budget. Just put all that money into him. So Shazam be fine. It is probably gonna end up being the lowest grossing DCEU movie they have, but kind of saying because it might be my favorite, Eli. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, after I started really thinking about it and just going about it, like it's up there. When it comes on Blu-ray, I'm gonna marathon them again, all of them, back to back. I know some people think that's torture, thinking I'm a masochist for doing that, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just marathon them and just kind of rank them from there, And so,
well, right on, man.
Yeah, I'll do it. Speaking
Have
of,
fun.
Let's stick with this trend of DCEU. Let's talk about. I was gonna talk about this at the beginning, but I forgot to talk about it. So let's talk about it right now. Let's talk about Jason Momoa.
Okay.
Jason Momoa shaved off his beard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And rest in peace to his beard, because apparently every woman on the planet, went in the mourning for that.
I guess. I mean, his beard was off. He played Conan, and he had no beard.
Right. But then he grew the beard after that. He didn't have a beard on Baywatch, so.
Yeah.
But he had a beard on Game of Thrones. So.
Yeah, that's when everyone noticed who the fuck he was.
Yeah, so Game of Thrones kind of made him, I guess.
Yeah, because he no one gave a shit about Conan and shit.
Right.
But I guess
saw
he did it.
And I was like, it's on Netflix, I think, or it was on Netflix one time. And I was like, man, this movie sucked.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I was really wanting it to be cool, but I just could not. Yeah,
I think if they redid it, he'd be awesome in it. But just at the time, it's like, no.
Hey, he's not bad. It's just the story sucks.
The story does suck.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I guess he did it for some sort of an environmental awareness about plastics or something.
Something like that. So he
reducing plastics.
Yeah. So he did that to shave up his beard, and for some reason, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. What I want to talk about this. When did beards become a thing?
Whenever hipster culture, like say 2010-ish.
Yeah.
Like when the rise of hipster culture and beards and their stupid handlebar mustaches and
I don't remember beards being like a thing. Just like, oh, if you can't have a beard, then blah blah blah. I can't grow a beard, Eli. I'm sorry, I can't. I tried. I got spots and shit all over my face, man. The shit doesn't connect. So I'm like, fuck it. I can't grow a beard. And before, I never cared about growing a beard because it was a big thing. But now in 2019, if you can't grow a beard, like, why do you exist?
Yeah. Well, I'm from the Great White North, where it's cold.
Right.
I'm in Viking land here.
Right.
So yeah, it's common, but I guess no one, like, people had beards, but no one started like making it a big deal until like the hipster era came,
right?
Or people were bragging about it, and
I mean, because now, like I said, you've been reading these Aquaman comics, right? You're into Aquaman. I finally finished the Jeff Johns run of Aquaman, also just like you said it was, and now I'm at the point now I can't picture him without a beard now, even in the comics.
Yeah,
like he's just clean cut blonde and shit like that. I'm like, no. That's not Aquaman. Give me barbarian Aquaman, flowing hair and, lumberjack beard. Otherwise, I don't want this pussy ass Aquaman here.
Yeah. Seth from Yale,
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know if this is just a fad or was it something that was always going on and we just never paid attention to it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think people just get cold here, I guess. People just grow beards just because they're lazy.
Right, but then at the same time, I understand if you're in cold weather, a beard makes sense. But just to have any beard just for a fashion statement, like you got dudes walking on the red carpet now with lumberjack beards, like that should never happen.
Really long ass, like stupidly long beards, like
right.
Yeah. Like I've grown a beard sometimes. I mean, I got a little one now, but it doesn't get that long because I get hot. It's starting to get. Well, I'm probably gonna shave this shit off too myself because it's getting hot, and I don't want my face like dripping.
Okay. I'm just saying, Eli, don't walk around like Hercules and shit like that. Just beard just everywhere and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it long. I mean, I don't like food getting stuck in my face and shit.
And I read a report about that. They said beards are like have more germs in them than dog hair.
Yeah, that's right. That's another reason why
growing this shit aren't grooming their beards.
Yeah, that's another reason why I keep my shit short. Like it's like bare. It's like I look like George Michael, basically. I got
Okay.
you know,
Metrosexual, but okay.
yeah. I just it doesn't get that. It doesn't get
That's a
through
weird
that
ass
long.
image you just gave me in my head, Eli. I imagine you like with Wrangler jeans and a guitar
No,
and like
I
one
yeah,
earring.
yeah. I don't look like no fucking bandito in a fucking Clint Eastwood western, but no, I shave my shit. I keep my shit like at a number 7 on
Right.
the clipper.
Okay. See, I'm pretty sure your barbershop number 7 is different from my barbershop number 7.
But yeah, I keep my shit clean. I mean, it doesn't get that long. I don't want, I don't have, because I got long hair.
You're
That's
right.
already a pain in the ass to take care of and shit. You know what I mean? So.
But at least you can grow a beard, Eli.
Yeah.
I can't even do that. You can grow you a lumberjack Viking beard. I can't do that shit.
Yeah, that's that Italian blood in me. Because like most Native American motherfuckers they can't grow beards either. That's why everyone thinks I'm Mexican.
Because you can grow a beard. You walk in both worlds.
Yeah, it's like sorry.
He's a day walker. He has the power of both.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit! What's the next time? I think we talked about what's his face beard for too long.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't even know that. Oh, let's talk about X-Men.
Sure.
Okay, like I said, new trailer came out. I think it got pushed up. I think from like June 4th or June or whatever. I think it got pushed up. Anyway, new trailer's coming out. Eli, I'm slowly getting sold on the movie. I don't think it's gonna be the train wreck everybody think it's gonna be.
Okay. Well, sure.
Like I said, I mean, people are expecting another Fan 4-stick. That's what they're expecting.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm thinking, look, if it's bad, that's okay. I'm okay with watching a bad movie. Just be an entertaining bad movie. Be a Ghost Rider. Be the other Fantastic Four.
Be a Hellboy,
Right. If you're that, I'm okay. I'm fine with it. Be Venom.
Yeah.
Be
I mean,
one of
I
those
don't know.
movies.
I was never a big X-Men. You know how I feel about the X-Men, so I know. I like. But you know what? I like Fassbender. I like him as Magneto. I've always, and that's the reason why, I don't care about the Dark Phoenix saga, and I know what happens.
They're gonna butcher it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I'm like, whatever. It's another X-Men movie,
And here's the thing: the Dark Phoenix saga actually is unfilmable. If they really do have supposed to be doing, it's unfilmable because the Dark Phoenix saga in the comics took like 2 years to tell.
Okay.
So you just can't crank that out in a 2-hour movie. Maybe a trilogy. Set up this way, set up that way. But you in 2-hour movie, because they didn't set it up in the last movie. I mean,
well, they were always teasing it, like in the old ones, the old movies. They were like teasing her, like didn't she like get washed away in the dam or something?
Right, and then in the last movie, she flamed up for like a split second. She don't know how she did it, and all this stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
But now she's supposed to actually get her powers in this one, so. Even though this movie is 10 years later, so I'm like, okay.
I mean, I'll check it out. I can't say I'm excited about it, but I'll probably check it out.
I just want a good bad movie. That's all. Just give me that. I guess what we talk about is The Boys.
Okay.
I don't really know what to talk about on The Boys because there's really nothing to talk about. I guess it's a barely
comic.
Familiar with the comic. I know nothing about it. I don't know the premise of it.
I don't know it either.
I don't know any characters of it. I mean, the cartoon. I mean, the TV show just seems like it's just bloody and gory and a lot of swearing and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay.
Like Kick-Ass?
Like Kick-Ass, basically, just like that. Didn't the same guy make it? Who made this?
I don't know. Isn't it Seth Rogen?
No. The comic book. Who wrote the comic?
Oh, Garth Ennis.
Oh, so it's fucked up. Okay.
Yeah. So I heard Garth Ennis wrote it, and like Seth Rogen is produced. So it's like the same team that did the Preacher show. Okay. Is doing this shit. That's what I know about it. But I've never read the comic.
Okay, because Garth Ennis also did Preacher. So okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so The Boys, they said, I mean, like I said, from word of mouth, what somebody else was telling me is, like I said, it's supposed to be superheroes around here, but superheroes just do whatever the fuck they want to do. They steal shit, rob shit, and beat up people they want to. So they got this task force going out here killing superheroes they want to. I don't know. Whatever. I have Amazon Prime. I'm paying for it. I don't watch anything. Last thing I watched on there was Childish Gambino made a music movie with Rihanna. Eli, you should watch that. It's actually pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Purple Rain. Kind of.
it's a movie.
It's a movie. It's an hour long movie. It's just an hour. It's not even an hour and a half. It's an hour long movie where it's a story, but it's like music in between. Like Purple Rain, like he'll just stop and just do like a music routine and stuff like that, and Rihanna plays his love interest stuff like that. You know.
Okay.
I can't tell you too much of the story because actually the story was actually pretty decent.
Did he direct it? Because I know he was like making these weird little, like.
He didn't direct it. I think whoever he has directing Atlanta directed this.
Oh.
And this is the reason Atlanta got pushed back because of this. He was working on this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, it better be good then.
I liked it. I liked it. I was into it. I was into the music, the acting. You know, Rihanna was enough for me. Honestly, Rihanna's like the hottest chick on the planet to me, so that was enough to sell me. So I thought it was pretty awesome. But that's the last thing I watched on Amazon. I hadn't seen anything. Beyonce got Netflix. Netflix got Beyonce, or Beyonce got Netflix. One or the other. I ain't watched it. You doing Coachella or some shit? I got off subject. What are we talking about? The Boys.
The Boys. Amazon. It's on Amazon.
Yeah, go watch it whenever it comes out. I have no idea when it comes out. It'll come out when it come out. Can we talk about Endgame before we move on?
Sure.
We're not going to spoil anything. We don't know anything to spoil. I haven't seen anything. I don't think you've seen anything.
Oh, I did.
Don't tell me.
I won't. I won't.
Okay. Because Ryan was. I had to put a meme out to make sure Gomer just like, don't say anything. I know this is your website. I know you run the website. But if you do this shit, I will come after you.
You know what? I didn't. You know, they put out that spoiler post.
Yeah.
And and like the movie don't come out for like 2 weeks. Who's nobody's seen it, and I didn't know about the leaked footage yet.
Oh yeah.
So I was on that post talking a bunch of shit, saw a bunch of shit, people saying shit, and I wasn't believing any of it. And then they started posting screen caps. I'm like, oh shit. And then I saw some of the footage because I thought it was like a trailer.
Right.
And it turned out to not be a trailer.
Right. What has been seen cannot be unseen.
So, you know, I mean, there was a couple of things I'm like, oh, okay. But, you know, I don't know the story.
Okay.
You know?
Matter of fact, did you listen
I think I know the story.
I mean, to be honest with you, they showing so many trailers now. I know the story.
Yeah.
I think I know the
comics,
story.
You know, I read the comics. It's like I kind of know what's going to happen. They're going to bring everybody back from the dead, and
yeah, I mean, we already know that. That's not even a spoiler, you know.
It's like, yeah, they're going to fight Thanos. They're going to reverse everything, or banish Thanos to whatever universe or whatever to set up the Eternals, and
yeah,
you know, and somebody's going to die, but they're not going to stay dead because you know Skrulls, and you know, with Disney buying up everything and all the movie theaters, these actors aren't going to get paid anywhere else but Disney. So they're gonna.
So they'll renegotiate their contract some kind of way.
Hey, when you get what's up with that Skrull script, homie?
But
I wasn't dead. I was a Skrull. Like,
the whole time. Did you listen to Comic Cast? Like their most recent episode, the one that came out
I was watching it. I saw some of it. Yeah, I was watching
you commented on it. That's right. Yeah, I was like, that's Eli. You guys don't know who Thrash Charles is? But yeah, did you hear the story Gomer told?
Yeah, I saw him post that. Yeah.
So that's the funniest shit, man. He said he was about to get fired because he was about to he was about to say in-game spoilers at work. You know.
Yeah, somebody was gonna call HR on him. I was like, what a pussy. I was like, hey, Gomer, tell him that I said he's a pussy.
I'm pretty sure if he was gonna call him fire him for Endgame, yeah, he would fire him for calling him a pussy also. But I didn't say it. Thrash Charles said it.
Eli said you're a pussy, man.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Eli said suck his dick.
Oh shit. Okay, so here's another thing I want to make a prediction. So everybody making this prediction that it's gonna beat Avatar. So what do you think, Eli? What do you think? Do you think it's gonna beat Avatar?
Sure. Why not? Who the fuck gives a shit about Avatar? I mean, the only reason why Avatar made that much money is because of it was in 3D.
True. That's true. The first movie to be in 3D, it brought in the 3D wave, you know. I don't think it's gonna beat Avatar, Eli. Matter of fact, I don't think it has a chance of beating Avatar.
How much has Avatar made?
Like almost $3 billion.
3 billion?
Yeah, it's like
2.8. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Damn, really? It made that much money?
yeah, yeah. It
Holy
made that
shit.
much money. Yeah, it's
I only
insane.
saw it the one. I did see it in IMAX in 3D though. So I
I didn't
didn't
see.
spend.
I don't know what the fuck I was doing around the time. I didn't see the movie. Never heard of the movie till it came on HBO. So I
Oh,
don't. I don't know. I was out of it around that time. I wasn't doing
yeah.
drugs, but I was just out of it.
No shit, man.
I call
Yeah,
those the lost years.
yeah, man. I saw it in 3D. And I thought it was. I just thought it was all right. I mean, it's cool.
Right.
Like the effect, like the action is cool, but it's just so damn fucking long. It was long,
It was like 3 hours or some shit.
fucking long. This is before the stadium style seatings and shit.
Yeah.
You know, where your ass start falling asleep and shit. You know, now they got the stadium style sleep seating where you fall asleep because it's a lazy boy.
You can get comfortable. So
Yeah, you can fall asleep in those theaters. So yeah, I'm gonna struggle depending what time I see Endgame.
well, here's the
What
thing.
time of
Okay,
day.
is your theater doing a 24-hour showing?
Probably the AMC, yeah.
Mine is also. So I know if
Yeah.
they're doing it in Mississippi, I know they're doing it all over the place. They're saying 3 o'clock in the morning on Thursday or Friday night, but like that, it's sold out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, who the hell is gonna watch a movie at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Well, you know what? When Force Awakens opened up and the tickets went on sale, the only ones I could get were at 9 o'clock in the morning on that Friday.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well that sucks, but I guess I'll see it at 9 o'clock in the morning. But then that Thursday night, they've basically the movie theater started adding more times.
Okay.
So I was like, well, fuck it, I'll go see it now because I went and saw like a 1:30 in the morning showing on Thursday night.
That's pretty tough. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I slept for a few hours and got back up at night and watched it. but that was crazy, you know. So this is like the first non-Star Wars movie that I think is doing that, because I just remember Star Wars only doing this shit. Because like back even when Revenge of the Sith came out, like the whole fucking parking lot was just full. It was like an amusement park, you know what I mean? And it was like it's only Star Wars movies that I've seen theaters get this crazy. So, you know, big up for Marvel for, you know.
Yeah, so they're planning around this. It's insane. Yeah. I remember I asked the cashier or like the popcorn lady, whatever, you know, where y'all gonna do bathroom breaks, you know, intermission. She laughed at me. Pussy.
So see it again. You take a piss, you got to see it again.
Right.
What'd I miss?
That's why I'm going in fluid free.
Yeah, you get those giant ass sodas that are like, you know, 2-gallon sodas and shit.
They're probably gonna push that shit on. You sure you don't want soda? You sure you don't want all this buttery popcorn that'll run
50
right? 50
cents more, you can get a large.
Like, don't give me any of that shit.
Yeah.
Fluid free. Going in.
But man, I don't know, man. Oh, I didn't get to mention this. Fucking Game of Thrones, man.
Woo! Okay.
We're
gonna. In fact, we're gonna get to one more thing. I want to talk about Endgame. Now, reason I don't think Endgame is gonna pass it is because Infinity War did 1.5 billion.
Okay.
Impressive, but that means in order to beat Avatar, Endgame would have to do twice as much as Infinity War. Now, who the hell is gonna watch Endgame that hadn't watched Infinity War?
I don't know. 3 hours. Well, then Avatar was 3 hours. So Jesus Christ, I don't know.
It's a different audience now. Like I know Lord of the Rings was 3 hours and Avatar 3 hours.
But then like Avatar, it was because most of that money was because you had to watch it in 3D. You know what I mean? It was, you know, where now you don't have to watch Endgame in 3D. You know.
True. Right, you can watch it in any theater you want to. You don't have to watch it in IMAX because I'm hearing the movie is 100% shot in IMAX. You know.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna see it in IMAX. I will find a theater. I'm gonna road trip and find it. Okay. But that being said, that's what I got to. I want to hear about Game of Thrones because before I let you get into Game of Thrones, I want to say that everybody is talking about Game of Thrones in the morning. I go into work to like, Libra, you into Game of Thrones? You're a nerd. Like, no. Damn, I thought you was into it. Like, no, I didn't watch it. And then everybody at work is talking about it. Like, I'm just left out. I'm just over the corner just by myself.
Yeah, it was quite the beautiful episode last night.
Okay.
You know, basically we're all just riding the high before next, because we all know next week everything's gonna get fucked right in the ass.
Okay.
Like basically, the White Walkers are coming,
Okay.
and they're like, okay, they're gonna be here in the morning. Well, we got one more night. That's it. This is the last night we got to get our fuck on, to get our drink on, to chill out. And so all that episode was last night was all our favorite characters just chilling, being cool. And then it ended when with the White Walkers strolling up on Winterfell. And it's like, oh man. So we got to see all these really cool moments with all our favorite characters. And then next week's going to be the battle. And if this is Game of Thrones, if you like anybody, they're going to die.
Oh wow! But you just
so
know
we
who's
all
gonna right. Who's
we all, and this ain't no Marvel where they're gonna come back next week.
No Iron Groot, no Scroll.
Yeah,
no Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, this is Game of Thrones. This is where we actually question, why do we watch this show? Because this show is just like giant dick punch all the time. So we know like all our favorite characters are probably gonna die, and like damn. So it was a really beautiful episode, really moving episode. Just everybody celebrating life right before next week, where we know shit's just gonna go downhill. It's the big battle though. It's like we've been waiting for this. The zombies are finally here. This big battle's gonna happen. But yeah, we're like, damn. I'm sitting there trying to convince myself, I don't like that character that much. No, I don't like that either. I don't
mentally divorce yourself from that character.
Like, he's all right. He's all right. He could die. I won't mind if he dies. I'm sitting there doing that in my head, like, oh shit.
Then it finally happens, then your lip starts quivering.
Yeah, like man, I might have to wait. I might have to wait to see Endgame just to have that shit cheer me up. I know it's gonna be rough. We're all like, oh man, it's gonna be rough next week.
Oh man. So, like I said, Game of Thrones is the only TV show that I follow through my social media. Social media would tell me everything that happens on the show.
Yeah.
And I've never seen an episode, and I know every single character on there. It's a weird show. Can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Okay. Like I said, not going to take much long. This is the video game section. I want to talk about this real quick because apparently either today or tomorrow or whenever, by the time you hear this, Mortal Kombat 11 will be out. So
okay.
Newest Mortal Kombat. I haven't really kept up with Mortal Kombat. I will have to say this, Eli, I am not a Mortal Kombat fan at all.
Yeah,
Reason I'm not because I'm a Street Fighter snob. So I'm scared that touching Mortal Kombat or learning the controls of any kind will dilute my highly tuned skills as a Street Fighter player. So I don't touch it at all because I've worked too hard for this temple.
Well, you played Injustice, right?
I did, but Injustice plays like Street Fighter.
Really? I thought it was like more of a Mortal Kombat.
It's a hybrid, if it makes any sense. It's it's kind of like Mortal Kombat, but it kind of like has roots in Street Fighter. It's like if they had a baby, that's what it would be. It would be Injustice.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can play that, but Mortal Kombat, it's too foreign to me. And plus, like I said, I'm a snob also. I'm also a fighting game snob. And fighting game snobs tend to look down on Mortal Kombat. Like, we don't take the game seriously. Like, we don't think this game has enough depth and enough skill enough to...
Noob. There's got a character called Noob.
Yeah, the game actually invented the term noob. So, yeah. So, basically, in my opinion, and I always piss people off every time I say this, Mortal Kombat is the fighting game for people that don't know how to play fighting games.
Okay.
So they just want to see blood and guts and whatever. They play the game and that's the fun. So, like I said, I shit on this game. However, I'm talking all this shit, but Mortal Kombat will probably end up being the #1 fighting game, selling fighting game this year, or maybe of all time, because they always are like that. Because people just pick this game up and just play it. Because they'll pick it up and play, oh, Mortal Kombat. They look at all the fatalities and never touch it again. And then you move on to something else.
I mean, that's pretty much what I did. I didn't buy the last one, but I played it just because it had Leatherface and Jason and Alien and Predator and shit, and
Right, it was cool to look at, and that was about it, and that's it. So, it's like, eh. So. But what I want to talk about, but Mortal Kombat 11 has controversy.
Oh, yeah?
And not the controversy you think is controversy. Like I said, we all know about Mortal Kombat when it first started, the controversy it did. It created the rating system in video games because it was so violent. But this is a whole different situation we have. Okay, you know about confiscators, right, Eli? Of course you do. We talk about this shit all the time.
Oh yeah.
But do you know about game gators?
Familiar with them, yeah.
Okay, so they have game gators also. Gamergate, that's a thing. So
Yeah.
apparently, Mortal Kombat has done two things. Okay, their main boss, Shao Kahn, or whatever the main bad guy is, he comes out, his his entrance quote is "Make the outer world great again." So of course,
Really?
yeah. So since he's the main evil bad guy that people are getting pissed off at, but that's not the worst part. The worst part, okay, remember Jax, right?
I thought they made him a woman or something.
Oh no, that's. But okay, so remember Jax. Jax is pretty much like the one black dude they have on.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Okay, so here's where we're going with this. Okay, so Jax.
I'm already laughing. You ain't even have to tell me.
So they're gonna get pissed. So Jax has a special ending if you beat the game with him. So his special ending is somehow he gets time travel powers, right? Yeah. So he goes back in time and in slavery.
That's like just what I thought of. I was thinking of the Aqua Teens.
Right.
They did that shit.
Even said it, that's where it was going. So
he went back in time, and it was like the black guy was in the wagon, and he's whipping the wagon. Pull! Why do you pull? That's just what I thought of.
That may have happened. I don't know. Like I said, I'm hearing all this through hearsay because the game is not even out yet. So people are already boycotting the game. It ain't even out yet. Oh man, it's the funniest shit about. So that tease in a twist right now. They're all sensitive and pissed off. They're saying the game is racist. Like, okay, whatever.
Or you could just hey, if you're a Doctor Who fan, you're like, hey, that's like a fixed moment in time. You can't fuck with that shit.
Right.
Paradox.
Because there is a thing, like I think didn't they have an episode in Doctor Who where like you can't kill Hitler or something?
Yeah.
And plus, I want to hit everybody. I want to hit everybody with a paradox. Your paradox. Okay. So Eli, you go back in time and kill your father. So if you go back in time and kill your father can't give birth to you.
Yeah.
So if he didn't give birth to you, you don't exist. So how can you go back in time and kill your father?
Yeah.
Right. It's paradox.
Yeah.
So you can't go back in time and kill your father because it's a fixed time and point. So yeah, it's just like that. You can't enslave because if you in slavery, then something even worse may even happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't kill Hitler, then or if you kill Hitler, something else worse than Hitler may take his place or something. No telling what the fuck will happen.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, weird shit. I think Deadpool had a special ending in Deadpool 2 where he killed Hitler. I think they made him cut it. No, matter of fact, it was Hitler as a baby. I think he choked him as a baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see it myself, but I think that was the thing. So all I got to say about Mortal Kombat. We move on past that.
Sure.
Okay, so now, like I said, we talked about all this other crazy shit. Let's actually talk about the comic books that came out. This is the comic books that came out, and the first one we're going to start off with is War of the Realms. Eli, did you read it?
I did not.
I figured you didn't. Lucky you lucky bastard. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about War of the Realms 2, if I can remember anything that happened in this book. Okay, so basically what happened is, it's a war with the 10 realms. Well, it's 10 realms in all, but the 9 realms attacking the one realm, which is Midgard, which is us, which is Earth. And then there's beating the shit out of us, except for 2 guys who just run through everybody. Of course, that's Punisher and Wolverine. Because these are a bunch of dark aliens, so nobody's gonna say anything about them. They just mow them down and slaughter them left and right and chop them in half. No one cares. So Punisher and Wolverine just have free reign with these guys. Just do whatever the fuck they want to do. No one cares. Rip their asshole out. It doesn't matter. They're aliens. So, but the thing is, they're losing the war because there's so many of them with Malekith and sending all these guys out here. Odin finally shows up. Odin shows up with all of his Valkyries and his 8-legged horse and shit like that. And he just runs right through a frost giant and shit like that. Have at it, all this shit like that. And he sees Freya, and Freya tells him, Odin, they killed our son. And he's like, what? Thor's dead? You're like, no, the other one. You're like, oh, okay. Like he didn't even give a shit, but he gets into a fight with Laufey. Laufey, hurts him bad enough, like he wounds Odin on the battlefield. And then, but the thing is, they're trapped there because Black Panther's trying to use his teleport from Wakanda to get them out of there. But Roxxon, the oil company, is in leagues with Malekith, so they blocked all telecommunications on the planet. Can't get out. And on top of that, like the 3 Norse witches or something like that, they're blocking all magic on Earth, so Doctor Strange can't do shit. So somehow Blade found those witches, chopped their heads off or some bullshit like that. So basically, it was able to make Doctor Strange get everybody out of New York and onto another portal, I think, to Asgard or some shit like that, and got them away from there. But everybody left except the Valkyries. So they get off the planet and they look at the Valkyries, and the Valkyries just getting slaughtered. And like, what's her name, Broomhild or whatever?
Broomhilda or something?
Broomhilda, I can't remember her name. Whatever, like the head Valkyrie.
Okay.
She's no longer the head Valkyrie because Malekith chops her head off.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's it for her. And while they're doing that, but the whole time Thor is gone. Nobody knows where Thor is. So Free is gonna take Daredevil for some reason. Go find him, I guess. The reason he's gonna find Daredevil because Heimdall's eyes have been cut out, or he's blind, something like that. And they're like, "Hey, I know how to help blind people. I'll come with you." So it's her, Sif, and Daredevil. They go try to hunt down Thor. And while she does that, she names Jane Foster as the ruler of Asgard.
Okay.
For some reason, I like okay, and then yeah, that's how the book ends.
Okay.
So, a lot of weird shit going on. It had some fun moments in there. When Spider-Man was fighting Cinder, the daughter of Surtur, and he was just like naming all, and he was just saying some stupid shit to piss her off. She's like, "Stop, stand still, so I can just kill you. Shut the fuck up." Spider-Man doing Spider-Man shit. It was funny shit in there. So overall, I get the book. It's still 3.5 out of 5. It doesn't need to be a crossover. If it was just a regular ass story like an Avengers comic or something like that, I probably would give it higher. But since they're hyping up so much just for just random shit, I'm like, eh. And plus they kill Valkyrie. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all I got with that.
So it's basically Lord of the Rings on the streets.
I think they even say that.
Yeah.
I think that's even a quote Jason Aaron put in the book. So yeah.
Oh. So it's like the Masters of the Universe movie.
They didn't say that, but pretty much, yeah. So yeah.
Well, let's see. I guess I'll do this retro review, just to get this out of the way. Since, like I mentioned before, Kazuyo Koike, the writer of Lone Wolf and Cub, passed away. I dug out some of my old Lone Wolf and Cub trades and decided to reread one of my favorite stories. Mm-hmm. So this is Lone Wolf and Cub, number 23. It appears in volume 4 of the trades, and it's entitled Performer. And this is about a female killer named Oyuki, who's going around hacking up samurais from this one prestigious lord's house. And her body is covered in tattoos of demons. They're very, this is back in feudal Japan. So, they're very superstitious. So if they see a demon, like, oh my God, so they kind of freak out. So these tattoos strike fear into her enemies, and they get distracted when they see them. And she uses that as an advantage when she's fighting them. So Ogami Ito, the lone wolf with Daigoro the cub, is hired to kill her. But he's going around trying to find out, everything about her, about where, he learns her story. And basically she was a street performer who did like sword tricks. She performed on the street and would like, juggle swords and just did a lot of tricks with swords. Well, she ends up getting hired by this feudal lord from a samurai, this feudal samurai lord to help. He wanted her to teach sword fighting to a samurai.
Okay.
But this pisses off the head swordsman, who looks down on her because she was from the streets, and it's feudal Japan, and there's a hierarchy, and classism is held in high regard, and this guy basically think that Oyuki's a beggar and she's bringing shame to the house, so he challenges her to a duel, and he does this trick with his sword where he lights the blade on fire, and that distracts Oyuki, and he ends up beating her, disarms her, and then rapes her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And of course, this sets her off. She gets pissed and just goes on a rampage, gets her tattooed, gets tattoos of demons all over her body. And most notably, there's like this demon baby tattoo that tattooed across her chest that looks like it's nursing on her breast. And, basically whenever anybody sees it, they're like, what the fuck? And she just, with the quickness, kills them. So she goes around killing all these samurai from her former master's house. Well, Ogami Ito, the lone wolf, he finds her, and she tells him what happened to her. And he's like, well, your life ain't worth shit now because you basically betrayed your old master, and no lord will ever hire you again because you bring shame to that house. Because it's feudal Japan. There's that code of honor. It's the rule of law. There's very strict rules in this society. But Oyuki is just like, well, I want that one asshole who raped me. So finally, that guy who raped her shows up, and he's there to kill her because she's been killing all his fellow samurai. And she's just like, yeah, I've been waiting for you. And he challenges her to another duel. And once again, he lights his blade on fire, and he's like, let's see if you don't get distracted by my burning blade like last time we fought. And she's like, oh, yeah? Well, check this out. And she rips open her shirt, exposing her breasts, exposing her tattoos of all the evil demons. And the dude's like, what? And then she throws a knife right at his fucking head. Kills him.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's like, But then Lone Wolf, Ogami, he gets there and he's like, yeah, I've been hired to kill you. So you know what I got to do. And she's like, yeah, I know. And, she's again realizes my life ain't worth shit anymore. I shamed the house. No other lord will take me in. But at least I got to kill these assholes for ruining my life. And she thanks Ogami Ito for letting her get revenge. And then she duels him. And, of course, it's fucking Ogami Ito. It's the lone wolf and cub assassin. So he kills her. So that's pretty much it. It's it's a sad and tragic story. But it's still one of the cooler stories and just a good example of what goes on in this tale. Really gets into the details of feudal Japan, the different classes, the warrior code. I mean, there's even a glossary in the back to help you out with some of the terminology. And it's just a great story. This one was turned into a movie. It was part 4 in that series, the Baby Cart in Peril, I believe it was called, in the Lone Wolf and Cub movie series. This one was actually adapted into a movie. So if you get a chance, check it out. I give this a 5 out of 5. Read some Lone Wolf and Cub, Kozuyo Koike. They're classics. So right on.
Nice. Okay. Oh shit, my turn. Okay. Next book we got is Guardians of the Galaxy.
I read this.
Okay, are we on issue 4, right?
Issue 4.
Okay, let's jump right into it. So we got the Guardians of the Galaxy. So the Guardians have came to Half-World. For those unfamiliar with the whole lore of Guardians of the Galaxy, Half-World is where Rocket is from. But they came there to find Gamora because Gamora has been hiding out on Half-World. So they basically send Beta Ray Bill after her. Beta Ray Bill gets to a fight with her. He throws Stormbreaker. Yes, Beta Ray Bill has Stormbreaker, not Thor. That is his thing. He throws Stormbreaker at Gamora. Gamora is able to attach like about 100 bombs on Stormbreaker before he even comes back to him. So when he gets Stormbreaker back, it explodes in his face. He's like, okay, good shit. But before he can get there, Groot breaks the shit up. She was like, Groot, stop fighting. Stop trying to kill the Guardians. And he's like, wait, when did Beta Ray Bill become a Guardian? Happened a while ago. Okay, so basically, Gamora decides to come with them because he tried to get up to speed and a bunch of dudes are coming to kill her. And basically, Quill tells her, look, Gamora, we're not going to do this. Put these cuffs on because we know these guys are trying to kill you. So we need to basically get you out of here before they get here. Before they can get off the planet, apparently they get hit, and it's Nova. Nova's there, and he was like, Quill, I got to tell you what's going on. I got some killers after me to try to look for Gamora, and we need to find Gamora before we get there. And he looks over there, oh, hey, Gamora. He was like, oh, shit, she's here? That's not good. Because he knows for a fact the Dark Guardians have a trace behind him. They basically follow him there. And you got like Gladiator, who's basically, Marvel's version of Superman. You got Cosmic Ghost Rider. Basically, you got a bunch of dudes that can pretty much wipe out the Guardians by themselves. So they get there, and they fight. They fight over Gamora. They fight. But of course, like I said, the Dark Guardians start to overpower them a little bit. But Gamora's chained up, and they're just like, and Gamora's like, okay, I got to get free, otherwise they're gonna kill all my friends. So she gets free. She starts getting to the fight also. But the thing was, that's all they wanted was Gamora anyway. So when she's on the battlefield, all the Dark Guardians turn their guns on Gamora, get ready to blast her. And who was it? Nebula? Nebula takes the first shot, of course, because it's Nebula. She takes the first shot to try to kill her before she can kill her. Quill sees it, jumps in front of the bullet. He takes the bullet for her, and Quill dies. The end. That's
Is he really dead though?
he's been dead a bunch of times. It'd probably Doctor Strange would come out plucking from another dimension and put him like, "Oh, you would have been killed if I didn't do blah 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 blah." So we know Star-Lord's not dead. He's the main guy. So we'll see. I want to see if Danny Case has the balls to kill off Star-Lord. I want to know if he can, even for 5 issues. I want to see if he can go 5 issues without bringing Quill back. Not gonna happen. He'll be back next issue. Even though he's pretty fucking useless on this team.
Pretty much.
There's nothing he can do with these other guys. Like, what can he do with Gladiator?
I figured they're gonna give him some cool magic shit. He's gonna get some power or some shit.
Right, so I'm kind of seeing where they go with that, but I want to see if they can keep Quill dead for at least
Cosmic Star-Lord or Cosmic Lord or some shit.
Right. He becomes half god and all this shit like that. So yeah, but overall, honestly, this was a fun issue. I mean, I know I ran through, but it was still a fun issue. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It was still a fun issue.
Yeah, I'm digging this. I thought.
Yeah, especially when Gamora like put the bombs on Stormbreaker, and she was like, "Gotcha."
Yeah,
I like that. That shit was pretty awesome right there. So yeah. I actually got one more book, but I'm gonna let you go next, and I'll go my book after that because I actually finished my book while we were actually talking.
Multitasking. All right. Well, I'll do this Star Wars: Age of Rebellion special, and this is just 3 little short stories in one book. There's a Yoda story, there's an IG-88 story, and there's a Biggs and Jack Porkins story. IG-88, we're basically, it's just IG-88 being cool, going on some bounty hunter missions, doing some ill crime shit. That's the first story and probably my favorite. Yoda, just Yoda being Yoda on Dagobah, getting into his mindset of, he regrets, what the Jedi have done, of like letting the Sith return. He feels, he feels like a failure. And he's failed the galaxy, and so he's sort of just, basically paying his pets. He refuses to, use the lightsaber anymore. He climbs everywhere to get his food. He doesn't use any, he barely uses the Force, only when he has to, and it's just him surviving on Dagobah until, Luke crash lands there, and he's like, oh, A New Hope. So kind of fills in the blanks there. It's all right, like another filler story. And then there's this story with Biggs Darklighter and Jack.
I can't remember Biggs. Which one was Biggs?
Biggs was Luke's friend on Tatooine when he met up with the rebels in the first Star Wars movie.
Oh, okay.
And his buddy, ends up dying in the Death Star battle. And Jack Porkins, the fat guy. He played Eckhart in Batman.
You got no future, Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, look out for our commentary on that also. Shameless plug.
Yeah. So this is just them two. They're kind of they take like a holiday, take a vacation from the war. It's kind of a weird story. I don't know. At first, I'm thinking, is this trying to be funny, or is it trying to be a parody or something, or it's trying to be satire? But then there's like these, Jack Porkins is like, he doesn't want to fight anymore. So there's like this tragic sort of line going through it where Jack Porkins is questioning why he's fighting, what's war, what are we fighting for? War, what's it good for? All that shit.
Absolutely nothing.
And it's just like, there's a lot of goofy shit happens. They're just on some sort of vacation, alien planet, getting drunk on the beach, just doing stupid vacation shit. And it's just kind of a weird story. I don't know. I didn't know what to think,
Like Business Road or something. Huh?
Yeah, I was like, well, it's like, okay, is this supposed to be funny? And I'm down for that, but it's not really funny. And then I was like, are they trying to like, is this some sort of satire? Are they trying to like be deep and woke or something? But I didn't really see that either. And then I don't really know what the point of the story was. So yeah, I mean, like I said, the IG-88 story is the coolest one. It's just 3 short stories. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It was alright, not as cool as the other books, the other Star Wars one-shots have been. So
okay, all right. Last book I got is Naomi 4. Naomi number 4. Like I said, I've been keeping up with Naomi because I wanted to know what the hell is going on with Naomi. So this book, they're in a cave. Her dad, stepdad, or foster dad, or whatever like that, shows her his spaceship because he's from space, and he basically tells her, "Yeah, I'm from planet Ran." And I was in the Ran-Thanagarian War. And for those that don't know who Ran is, well, what Ran is where Adam Strange come from. So he said he fought with Adam Strange, fought with the Green Lanterns. They fought against the Thanagarians, which are the Hawkmen, stuff like that. And basically, they sent him on a mission to go to Earth because they found out there's an assassin Hawkman that's on the planet, and they need you to observe him and find out what's going on to see if he's up to anything. So he takes the mission, goes to Earth, and he sees the Thanagarian, which is the huge mechanic named D, and he's just hanging out, not doing anything, not bothering anybody. Then he recognized me, just like, "Hey, what's up? You need your car fixed?" We're like, "No." So he realized that, okay, he's no threat to anybody. He's just hanging out. So while he's down there, he falls in love. He falls in love with the Earth woman, and he's like, you know what? If Rand don't call me, I'm not going back, and I'm just gonna hang out on Earth and just live here. Forget about it. And they never call him back. He's just on Earth hanging out, stuff like that. And then one day, his communicator something goes off, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on?" So he goes to this field, and when he goes to that field, he also sees that Thanagarian there also, and because he said his communicator is also going off. Like, both of our communicators going off at the same time. That's weird. So when it happens, these 4 assassins pop out of nowhere. We don't know where these assassins from. They don't look Thanagarian. They don't look Randian, whatever like that. And they just fight Dee and her dad, and they able to fight them off. But for some reason, when they fight them off, there's a baby that pops in there. It's a black baby. They don't know what happened to it. They don't know why the baby's there, but they protect the black baby from these assassins. And then the assassins get chased off, stuff like that. So they grab the baby, and the baby has like a medallion on her, and they got this little box that's with her also. And apparently the baby is Naomi. 16 years later, that's her. She was like, "Okay, so you found me in a football field?" Like, yeah, they were trying to kill you. And what about this medallion that they had? Yeah, apparently this medallion, only you can open it, but we wanted to wait for you to older and tell you the whole story before you knew what was going on. So she grabs the medallion, opens it up, and looks at it, and we don't see what she sees. However, in her eyes, you can see, and this is only if you're a DC fan, you recognize this, it's the emblem of the Black Lantern ring.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, which means everybody knows the Black Lantern ring represents death. From Blackest Light and all this shit like that. Mm-hmm. But that's all it gives us. So basically, she's like the child representation of death or some shit. We don't know. We'll find the next issue if I read it. So all I got. Pretty cool. So we starting to unravel the secret of Naomi.
Yeah.
Book. Everything was a splash page this time. 45. I get a 45. It was fun read. It was fun, easy breezy, quick. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I could read it in the talk while I was talking about Aquaman's beard. Yeah. So I can't be too hard on it. I'll let you go if you got anything else.
Yeah, I'll do Miles Morales Spider-Man number 5.
Cool.
Just a little chapter in the life of Miles Morales being Spider-Man. He's juggling schoolwork and his girlfriend and all that shit going on, and being Spider-Man. There's a Tombstone. He is
Lonnie Lincoln. My favorite villain.
He's basically, there's a turf war going on in Brooklyn. He's trying to take over some territory, and Spider-Man's trying to stop it. Basically, while that's going on, it's just little pieces of action while Spider-Man is juggling schoolwork. Gank is trying to he's running out of fluid for his spider webs. His webbing. So they're trying to, they're having trouble trying to make it.
Okay.
That's going on. And basically at the end, there's a big old shootout between the gangsters, and then some chick with wings shows up. And she's, I'm here for Tombstone. You can call me Starling. Okay. So I never heard of her.
Never heard of her either.
So this might be a new hero or first appearance, but so that's where it ends. But it's fun. This was just another. It was really capturing the old school Spider-Man tale. A kid in high school juggling the pressures of life while being a superhero, and I think they're really capturing that really well in this Miles Morales.
Basically Spider-Man shit.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man shit. So yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5. It was a lot of
Because
fun.
I actually recommended that whole run, for somebody trying to get their kid into Spider-Man. I was like, pick up Miles Morales. It's a good book. It's a good starting point. So.
Yeah, yeah, and it's Spider-Man.
Right. So yeah, because this is Spider-Man was her son's favorite character. So like that, there you go.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot. Anything else?
I just this Tie Fighter, Star Wars Tie Fighter. I guess it's a 5-issue run, but it's a preview to a novel, a Star Wars novel that's coming out called Alphabet Squadron.
Okay.
So I guess the book is going to be about the rebels, but the comic is about the Empire. This what is it called? Shadow Squadron,
Okay.
Shadow Wing Squadron is what they're called. This crew of Tie Fighters, and basically what's going on is they're like the Mavericks, the Top Guns of the Tie Fighters. They get called to this mission to escort this Star Destroyer out in hostile territory that's kind of stranded and afloat. It's got no light speed capabilities, so it's kind of stranded out there. So the squadron is chosen to go out there and escort them, and that's about it. They just get the mission and fly out there. When they get there, there's some sort of ambush, which is kind of confusing. And then it says to be continued. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? But other than that, it's just set up. It's just all set up. You're getting to know characters, getting to know, some of their quirks. Some of these, there's references to the Republic, and like there's like a 9/11 sort of parallel as far as like, the rebels, they destroyed the Death Star, one of the biggest atrocities of terrorism ever committed in this galaxy. You know what I mean. So that's what it's sort of. I got that sense going on in there, but it's all right. I mean, I'll check it out. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Like I said, it's just introduction, but this is the Empire side, but the novel is going to be the Rebels side of the story. So I don't know if I'll read them. Should I read the novel?
Go for it.
There's no pictures in it, so depending how much it is, maybe I'll read it.
Okay. Hey, if you do a review on Outright Geekery, I'll read it. So.
All right. So yeah, 4 out of 5. Star Wars TIE Fighter.
Cool.
And that's that. I'll stop there.
Okay. I think we're all booked out, so I think we're gonna give Comic Cast a run for their money this week. We'll see.
Yeah.
That being said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. We have our sister podcast, Geek Sav. Definitely listen to them. We also have Comic Cast. Listen to them because, like I said, they probably did the same books we did. We're gonna see what they said about that. We have Hoodoo TV. We have Get Valiant. We have Geeks and Comics. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Instruments of Destruction. I think I already said that. And Hoodoo TV. I probably already said that. But yeah, we got a bunch of podcasts. Let's do them. We're all talking about something different. That being said, you know what's gonna happen next week? We're just gonna do a all Avengers Endgame podcast. We don't know how long it's gonna be. Cause like I said, it's a 3-hour movie. We're probably gonna have a lot to unpack. We'll just go from that. We're gonna do spoiler heavy. We're gonna let it fly. So if you gotta listen to it, that's your problem. So, and also, Eli, did you get a chance to check out that Mueller report? What everybody's talking about?
The what?
The Mueller report.
I didn't read it, but I've heard.
I mean, not read it, but you heard about it. So
I heard about it. Yeah.
Interesting stuff. We'll see if it comes for that. I really said it because my the ending song is gonna have something to do with that. So
okay.
I think just plug that real quick. That being said, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And Avengers Assemble. Cool. Put it off. And